Lights, camera, action, when I walk through the door.
Tonight, the first father-son duo to play together in an NBA game.
You ready to go to practice before we get better, bro? You've been talking all day. Let's go.
Practice? Not the game. You talking about practice? All right, I got to get to practice.
At the end of the game, and they're going to make you pay, and LeBron does just that, knocks it a much-needed three-point shot.
The Lakers have a Bronny-sized problem on their hands. This kid's getting special treatment while putting up G League bench warmer numbers. It's not just unfair, it's hurting the team and Bronny himself. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Every minute he's on the court is a minute some hungry undrafted player isn't getting. So, what's the solution? Stick around as we break down this messy situation and propose a controversial fix. Remember all the hype about Bronny James joining the Lakers? Well, things aren't exactly going according to plan. Let's break down his first few G League games. And folks, the stats are rough. We're talking single-digit scoring, more turnovers than assists, and shooting percentages that'll make you wince. It's not the start anyone expected from LeBron's son. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some Lakers players aren't happy about the situation, and they're not keeping quiet. Anonymous sources are spilling the tea, and it's piping hot. One player even said, "It's like we're babysitting LeBron's kid instead of building a championship team." Ouch, that's gotta sting. The pressure's building fast. Bronny's struggling on the court, the team's getting frustrated, and you can feel the tension in the locker room. Something's gotta give, right? It's like watching a ticking time bomb, and everyone's wondering when it's going to explode. You know what's even crazier? This isn't just affecting the Lakers. The whole basketball world is watching, and they're not impressed. Social media's blowing up with memes and jokes about Bronny's performance. It's brutal out there. But here's the question everyone's asking.
They're trying to build him into a great on-ball defender, and he did, a little bit of that in the preseason. Puts the seatbelt on after defending Anthony Edwards. Right here, LeBron, you put your two best players in a pick and roll.
And I would never take it for granted. Every time I step foot on the floor, either coaching my boys or playing, I'm going to give it everything. I do it for myself.
What was Bronny's most embarrassing moment in his NBA debut? Trust me, it's a doozy. We'll get to that soon, but first, we need to talk about how this whole mess started. Because let me tell you, it's a wild ride from start to finish. This isn't just about one rookie's struggles. It's about nepotism, expectations, and the pressure of living up to a legendary name. The Lakers took a big gamble bringing Bronny in, and right now, it's looking like they might have bet on the wrong horse. But hey, the season's still young, right? Maybe Bronny can turn things around. Or maybe this is just the beginning of a much bigger problem for the Lakers. You know that dream LeBron had about playing with his son? It sounded amazing, right? Well, now it's turning into a real nightmare for the Lakers. They went all out to make it happen, using their 55th pick on Bronny. But here's the kicker. Most experts say he wasn't even draft-worthy. Can you believe that? Now the team's caught in a crazy situation. They can't treat Bronny like any other rookie because, well, he's LeBron's son. But giving him special treatment? That's causing all kinds of drama in the locker room. Imagine being a veteran who's worked your butt off for years, and now you're watching this kid get chances he hasn't earned. It's like a recipe for disaster. LeBron even said, "Wherever he goes, I'm going." That's some serious pressure, right? And it's not just on Bronny, it's on the whole team. The Lakers are trying to juggle keeping LeBron happy, developing Bronny, and still winning games. Talk about a tough spot. Redick spilled the beans that they've always planned to split Bronny's time between the Lakers and their G League team. But you gotta wonder, is this really the best way to develop a young player? Or is it just making things worse? Here's where it gets really messy. Some of Bronny's teammates are starting to talk. One player said, "It's like we're babysitting LeBron's kid instead of building a championship team."
This is all in the family. And what a celebration for the James family. Russell upstairs for James.
See, I see those kids and it brings me right back to why I play. Those kids get me back to where I need to be. Just the pure love of this beautiful game.
Ouch, that's gotta sting, right? And it's not just the players. The whole basketball world is watching, and they're not impressed. You know what's crazy? Bronny knows all this is happening. He said, "I've already seen it on social media, talking about that I might not deserve an opportunity." Can you imagine dealing with that kind of pressure as a rookie? It's intense. So is all this special treatment actually helping Bronny? Or is it just making things worse? The Lakers thought they were making a dream come true, but now it looks like they've created a nightmare. And it's only getting crazier. Let's dive into what the critics are saying about this whole mess. So, the critics aren't just talking anymore. They're shouting from the rooftops. And boy, do they have a lot to say about Bronny and the Lakers. You think Twitter's rough? Wait till you hear what some big names in basketball are saying. ESPN analysts are tearing Bronny's game apart like it's their job, and I guess it kind of is. But it's not just the pros doing the talking. Social media's turned into a Bronny roast fest. Every missed shot, every turnover. It's all under a giant microscope. And people aren't holding back. But here's where it gets really wild. Even former NBA players are jumping into the fray. DeMarcus Cousins? Yeah, that DeMarcus Cousins just called out the Lakers in a way that's going to leave a mark. He said, and I'm quoting here, "I'm questioning the seriousness of the entire Lakers organization for employing Bronny." Ouch, that's gotta sting. And Cousins isn't alone. The criticism is coming from all sides. It's like everyone in the basketball world suddenly decided to pile on. People are saying Bronny's taking a spot from someone who deserves it more. They're calling it nepotism, saying he's only there because of his dad. You know what's making it even worse? The G League situation. Bronny's teammates are out there grinding, riding buses, playing their hearts out.
This is all in the family. And what a celebration for the James family. Russell upstairs for James.
You gotta protect more, you gotta help more, you gotta sacrifice more in order to get this win. Dominate your opponent, man. Do whatever it takes to help the team win.
And some of them are putting up insane numbers. We're talking guys dropping 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in their debut. Meanwhile, Bronny's stats are, well, let's just say they're not quite at that level. The pressure on this kid is unreal. Every time he steps on the court, it's like the whole world is watching, just waiting for him to mess up. And when he does, it's all over social media in seconds. People are making memes, cracking jokes, you name it. It's not just about basketball anymore. This whole situation is turning into a debate about fairness in sports. People are asking tough questions. Should Bronny be getting these chances? Is it right for the Lakers to give him special treatment? It's like the entire basketball community is split on this. And you know what's really crazy? This is just the beginning. The season's still young, and if things don't turn around soon, who knows how bad it could get. The Lakers took a big gamble bringing Bronny in, and right now, it's looking like they might have bet on the wrong horse. Speaking of gambles, the Lakers' latest move with Bronny is raising eyebrows across the league. Imagine a G League player who only shows up for home games. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening with LeBron's son. But here's the kicker. This special treatment might be doing more harm than good. Let's break it down. Bronny's in the G League now, but he's not getting the full G League experience, while his teammates are grinding it out on long bus rides and playing in small-town arenas. Bronny's only suiting up for home games. That's right, no road trips for LeBron's kid. It's like he's got a VIP pass to the G League, and his teammates aren't too thrilled about it. Now, here's where it gets really wild.
All ready? All right. You see the intensity, right? Just play carefree, though. Don't worry about mistakes, just go out and play hard.
No, and they gave him the angle trying to keep him from coming off the pick. Caught Gobert on the wrong side, and he just had a lane right to the rim.
I don't care how many more points I score or what I can or cannot do on the floor. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game?
Some of Bronny's teammates are absolutely crushing it on the court. Take Quincy Oliveri, for example. This guy dropped a mind-blowing 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in his debut. That's the kind of performance that gets NBA scouts drooling. But Bronny? His numbers aren't even in the same ballpark. Let's talk about Bronny's G League debut. Are you ready for this? He scored just 6 points. That's right, 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting, and it gets worse. He had 5 turnovers. Sure, he managed 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, but those numbers aren't exactly setting the world on fire. You know what's even crazier? Despite these underwhelming stats, Bronny's still getting all the attention. Every move he makes is under a microscope, while guys like Oliveri are putting up monster numbers without half the fanfare. It's creating a weird vibe in the G League. You've got players busting their butts, putting up crazy numbers, and then there's Bronny, struggling on the court but still getting all the headlines. This whole situation is a double-edged sword for Bronny. On one hand, he's getting opportunities most G League players can only dream of. But on the other hand, all this special treatment might be hurting his development.
Let's take care of it so that this is not a story that's popping up prior to every game. It's done, it's history, it's special. Los Angeles. James goes to the rim, flips it home, and the foul.
And we knew that was coming.
Something about you and Ernie have something in common. As y'all start losing a little up top, y'all start growing these beards out. Yeah, I know, right?
How's he supposed to improve if he's not facing the same challenges as his teammates? It's like he's playing a different game altogether. The Lakers' Bronny experiment is turning into a total disaster, and it's not just Bronny who's feeling the heat. The whole team's struggling, and you know what? LeBron's legacy might take a hit too. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. Bronny's stats are a mess, the team's frustrated, and the critics are having a field day. It's not what anyone expected when LeBron said he wanted to play with his son. Now, the Lakers are stuck between keeping LeBron happy and doing what's best for the team. If things don't change fast, this could go down as one of the biggest blunders in NBA history. The Lakers took a gamble, and right now, it's not paying off. They need to make some tough decisions, and fast. Because if they don't, this season could spiral out of control, and that's not good for anyone. Not Bronny, not LeBron, and definitely not the Lakers.